We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blood on the Bayou, the Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle we're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Julia, and I will be your storyteller for the evening. I am joined by a wonderful cast of players tonight, and we will start our introductions with Austin.
Hello, I'm Austin. I'm playing Rahab Graber, a Kaitif nurse.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Catriona, lawyer, necromancer, and Giovanni.
And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing Mercy Ransom, the Toreador tour guide in Primogen.
And Shawnee.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, and I'm playing Guav in Shente, the Asamite sorceress, and now two-time Methuselah Slayer.
That is correct. Unfortunately, Drevian cannot be here with us tonight. Hopefully, they will recover from whatever is going on soon and join us next week. So, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Eat the rich, fuck the Supreme Court. Pay attention to what your lawmakers are doing. Learn to read bills because it's going to save your life.
Fuck you, Brian Kemp. You fucking Internet Explorer coward of a governor.
Oh my god.
Internet Explorer of
Is he the one who just made the rule of like comparing trans kids to autism?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, fuck that guy too.
I could go. I spent my picking my kid up from school today, which is a drive. Like my entire way home with an entire diatribe of something I could go off on, insulting Brian Kemp, but I'm good.
And also, as always, fuck J.K. Rowling. Just because it needs to be said every once in a while. I feel like her head gets a little too big and she needs hit.
If you are a transphobe, fuck you.
All right. So, previously, our coterie, specifically Guire, Azra, and Rahab, in the hand-to-hand combat, took down a Methuselah by Labog.
I did 1 damage.
With the assistance of multiple other Camarilla and independent kindred helping them out, a massive firefight, and several accounts of vehicular fun from Mercy.
But the laughter and manslaughter.
Eventually, the craziness died down and Destiny let the group go, saying that it best for them to potentially report to Simone tonight, although not required. The group did exactly that and went straight to Elysium. After arriving, they all procured a small amount of blood, a large amount in some cases, spiked or otherwise, and headed to Simone's temporary study, since this is an actual bedroom, as I keep forgetting, because she's in the museum, not the Pontchartrain Hotel, like I keep thinking she is. That's me, not you. And after the group has assembled in the office with Simone, and the rest of the group, aside from Guire, finally saw the condition Charlotte was in, Simone informed them that Glory visited, at which point Kat retrieved her arm, and everyone was informed that Glory is actually the Archbishop of the area for the Sabbat. For those of you who do not know, the Archbishop is the prince for the Sabbat, so leader of a given area. With reports being had of exactly how things went tonight and a list of possible casualties, which obviously was much smaller on the side of the Camarilla than it was on the side of the Sabbat. each of our individual members retired separately. Rahab went home to greet Anya, who gave her a fairly nice conversation about morality and the fact that the world is not in completely black and white. There are 1,000 shades of gray and color in between. Mercy, I believe, returned home and smiled at her new sister rose bushes. And I believe Kat made her way home to work more on her side project and get some normal work done. Guire set about setting up a contract with Simone to end glory. And with a single feather and a single drop of blood, where we will pick up is the following evening. The sun has set and risen again. Everybody lose a blood point, gain a willpower if you need it.
Sweet willpower.
And as
Fortunately, I don't need the willpower, but I do need the blood.
as the sun descends on another night of New Orleans, it's hitting most of you for the first time as you come to and get your senses about you for the evening. This is your first night since forming as a coterie that you don't have a designated mission.
Also, just to make sure, healing ag, which will get me my arm back, is 1 per day and 5 blood, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yay, I have an arm.
So as that thought sort of crystallizes, that none of you have really a schedule. It's your first night that you can sort of roam free and prepare before potential hell breaks loose tomorrow evening. Or the Justicars arrive without incident and everything's fine.
That's definitely what's going to happen.
The way things have been going, that's totally the way the tide's turning.
100%.
No incidents at all.
No.
None.
Okay, so Guire, we will start with you. Would you and Azra have returned to the Bayou shack, or would you?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. So as you rouse yourself from your hard-earned slumber, you come into your living room to find Azra sitting on a chair, leaned back, just sort of cleaning out from under her nails with a knife.
You always did wake up before me.
Well, that's because you like to sleep as long as you can. Unfortunately, some of those human qualities don't leave.
Yeah, well. Guess there's preliminary work to do tonight.
You took a pretty big took on a pretty big task attempting to take down the Archbishop.
Well,
I don't think we've seen what Gloria is actually capable of yet.
and if I play my cards right, I'm not going to find out. She'll be dead before she gets the chance. After all, it isn't the job of the assassin to let them fight back.
This is true. But my little cutthroat, do you even know where to begin?
Gotta find it first.
That's what I mean. We have no leads, we have no Nothing. She's invisible.
Not completely. Wherever the Sabbat end up moving, whatever's left in the city, they're going to rally around their leader. And not all of them got wiped out last night.
True.
In fact, I know of a few that have a particular spot they like to hang out, and I'm going to see if they're dumb enough to go back there again. And from there, I'll fan out to every place that's got known Sabbat activity.
Do you like company?
I always love company.
Good. She
In one
was.
moment, she says as she sort of kneels down and pulls her sword out again. Rituals like this ain't simple, but they're necessary.
After what I saw you do to Bayou, I completely understand.
Excellent. She draws her hand across the blade, and the blood seeps into it, and there's a sort of a burst of ethereal blood red fire, then fades away. She sheaths the blade back into the cane. Speaking of which, she says as she opens up a cupboard that still has a blood rune on it, dismissing the rune, pulling out a bag of ashes. These need to be dealt with somewhere.
I wish we could give her a good burial. She did not ask for any of this. Granted,
No.
she was a horrible, horrible person in the end, but
I think that kind of fate would make horrible people out of a lot of people.
I don't disagree with you.
Didn't mean she didn't need to be dealt with, but also doesn't mean that she deserves to be disrespected now that she's dealt with.
So what are you thinking about the Lake Pontchartrain, Mississippi River?
I think scattered where the water moves, carried off. Maybe the ocean currents will see him back to home some far off time.
I'm glad to see that when you died, your heart didn't go with you.
Yeah. What are you talking about? You've had it with you the whole time?
Flattery will get you everything. She will walk over to you and give you a kiss. Moonlight is burning.
Let's get moving. Dump this in the river and then start hunting. Probably should get some snacks on the way out too.
I think we can handle that. So the two of you load up onto your motorcycle and haul ass into the city. Which I should pull up the map for, which I do every single week. I've never not done it. No, you can't lie. You can't make stuff up about me. I'm totally prepared all the time. So, actually, I think, yeah, you go right over top of the Mississippi.
Oh yeah. Which dumps out into the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah. Yeah, she'll scatter the ashes down the river as they pass over.
Go ahead and give me a perception alertness check, difficulty 8.
7. If I apply aspects. 2 successes.
So as you and Azra are you doing this from over the bridge? Have you pulled off to the side to go straight to the actual lake bed?
Probably pull off to the side and walk over to the actual river itself.
So as you scatter the ashes and the last of them hit the water, you feel a smack on your shoulder from Azra as she points across the way. And standing just on the lake's edge is a very familiar little girl. A tangled mass of long black hair, bright green eyes, a small white dress on her form.
Wire just reaches a hand up, offers a farewell salute.
She is a smile you've seen several times from Sybil, that just coy little lip curl on one side, and then she will curtsy. And as she does so, her form just fades.
Rest easy, girl.
So you did see that. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've been I've been on a life for a long time, so knowing exactly what is real and what isn't sometimes is difficult. Good to know. Good to know.
All right. Now we got some Sabat to hunt.
So as you get onto your bike and drive into the city proper, our camera shifts to a 2-story house with an attic, a car parked out back. Actually, no, Cat doesn't have a car yet.
Nope. I've been kind of busy with shit.
Right, still never went and bought that car.
Nope.
As you open your eyes with that jolt, sit up, there is a unfamiliar. Yeah, your arms are back.
Okay, good.
As you sit up, there is a depressed spot at the foot of your bed.
I will. What's the
Witness of death.
I've known this ability by now? I believe that's what it's called. Yep. Yep. Uh, 2 successes.
Okay. So as you look at the spot and you blink your eyes and they do that gray over, and the world fades away as the shadow world fills in the blank spots. Sitting at the foot of your bed is Robin in a actually in an outfit this time instead of whatever weird ghost dress she's been wearing. And just a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, a nice soft red. She has one knee pulled up to her chest and her arms on top of it, the other leg dangling free on the off of the bed. She's just staring at you.
Oh, good. You've managed to put yourself together a bit.
Yeah, it's a little easier without distractions.
That is
The new toy you have upstairs. What are your plans for that one?
well. I find myself in a little bit of a conundrum. My lineage tends to, because that bitch needs to die. But if she dies, we know what's on the other side, and we know there's a good chance that those that we send there may stick around for a bit. She knows too much, so I can't have her be there. And I could potentially send her there and then promptly beat her into oblivion. But there's always a chance that she gets away, or that she has protections in place. She's of my people. So the smarter move is to grant mercy in terms of sending her over to your side, and just make sure that she's never going to bother anyone ever again. And should she ever manage to free herself, make it very, very, very clear how bad of an idea it would be to go after me again. My people do like the notion of, they let's say in the movies, sleeping with the fishes. So
I think I underestimated you. I think you and I are going to get along rather nicely, and I do apologize for the way I acted. I will admit that I do not have the greatest skill of holding back my temper.
it is a
Right.
very difficult time for people in your current state. I understand, and I understand already forgotten.
So what are you gonna do? Encase her in concrete, plexiglass box?
I can't remember what because I already had something and I don't
It was
remember what it was.
concrete.
Was it concrete?
It was concrete with the goggles over
That's
the
right. It was concrete. Yes.
Yes,
With-
it was
with
it was it was
goggles.
concrete with
I
a
remember
viewing,
the
with a viewing board.
goggles. Yeah, because the concrete will hold the stake in place and make sure that nothing gets at it to potentially wriggle it free just by nature.
It'll also make sure that it sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
It will sink to the bottom. And the goggles will make sure that the spot that she can always see her freedom but never achieve it.
You are undoubtedly one of the most sick and twisted individuals I've ever come across. And I think we're going to be great friends.
Oh, you need to meet more members. No, you shouldn't, actually, I should say. Meet more members of my family. I'm one of the normal ones.
I like that.
I don't fuck my siblings or their corpses.
Next time, you can just say we have family troubles.
Yes, but then you wouldn't be having the reaction that you're having. Also, you should be, as a ghost, very well aware of what my people do. steer clear of them, all of them, except me. I'm fine.
My entire family, don't touch them except me.
Speaking of which, I think I need to mix some concrete.
I do. To be fair, also the notion of if eventually the stake just degrades and like works its way out, and she's still in that concrete box at the bottom of the ocean, if she breaks her way out of that concrete box, she'll probably get burst by the water pressure.
Well, by that point, by the point that it just dissolves naturally, because when you're staked, you're still spending blood every
Yeah.
day.
She'll be complete. She'll be
By
in
that
torpor
point,
by
she'll
that
be in
point.
torpor, and
Yeah.
she won't be able. Even if she comes out of torpor somehow, she won't have the blood to power her strength to break out or anything.
Well, you get busy with your little arts and crafts project. I'll go preoccupy myself.
Have fun.
And you've seen her a lot of times just vanish away from you. This time she stands up and just walks away into a different room.
Interesting.
Through a door
Yep.
that was in a different location previously.
Yep. Yes, I go down into the spare room. You don't want to get concrete mix in your workspace.
No, that's completely fair.
Yes. Just grab the body, place it over the shoulder, and whistle as I head down into the spare room to begin the process.
I forget, had Kat already made her wooden frame to...
I believe so.
Put concrete into?
I believe I had.
I remember the carpentry going on.
Yes.
Fantastic. So as you take Elena downstairs, our camera shifts. Mercy,
Yes.
your eyes flutter open. It is a new night.
Mhm.
A free night full of endless possibilities.
Mm.
With the current trouble looming overhead, I have to
Mhm.
ask, what would Mercy be doing tonight?
What would Mercy be doing tonight? I mean, she's feeling pretty good, post uh post Elena, post, Methuselah, post, bowling for people. She's feeling more like herself. Um but yet still very much aware of what could be coming. Um she is torn between, actually, like, figure out what the hell a primogen should actually do. So she has a little bit of time to figure that out. And she doesn't really know. I'm also speaking for Kitty as the player. And or just going to Elysium, or going just out on the streets and just finding a party and just, like, doing really freaky shit to celebrate life.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a... Give me a wits and politics roll. Difficulty 6.
What's in politics?
Etiquette could also work for this.
We'll try politics. Did it not do anything? Do something.
There it is.
3 successes. Okay. So your immediate first thought is thinking back to that conversation you had several nights ago with Guillaume about exactly what the roles of a primogen are. And the thing that pops into your mind is that you are now considered the voice of your clan when it comes to major decisions. You are now seen as a representative, and you're now seen as not only the Toreador, but a person who has forced their way into the Toreador, the Toreador for the city. Granted, Simone gave it to you, but we all know why. So, as for what you need to do, until there is a situation that arises within your clan, not really much. If you need more gossip to go on about things that are going on within your clan, Elysium is probably your best bet. However, you could probably find a killer rager and get the same results.
Because she's torn because on one hand, she knows that, with Elysium, there's, availability there, and there's, an understanding of who and what she is. On the other hand, she's feeling like there's a little too much decorum.
Okay.
She's not feeling it. I'm gonna let her blow off some steam. Because there's been a lot.
You guys have had a very jam-packed week.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I feel like I say mental health as the same character that, went bowling for people, but that could also consider be mental health. Yes, I was helping. Is that it? I see it. Shut it.
I said nothing.
You cannot. Actually, you're probably like the one person in Atlanta traffic who's be like, oh no, not 50 points. A person's life is worth more than that. To which I would say 75. I think she just needs to, like I said, the kind way to put it is blow off some steam and find just a party with somebody with a vampire kink and just go nuts.
Okay. So I guess the question is, are you going to one of the major clubs, or are you just trying to find a random party?
It's not in somebody's house, but if there's like a party in the square, like a God.
Mardi Gras only ended a couple days ago. I'm sure there are parties in public areas.
Yeah, like a public party somewhere, or like I don't feel like she like break into somebody's house for this, but
I mean, I'm just saying,
I mean we've done that too. There's a list. No, but she's like I just like I want to I'm crossing the streams here. She was
It's okay. Take a deep breath.
oh my god, pronouns. That she wants to find a group of people who's just not quite ready to let Mardi Gras end yet.
Okay.
Still, still acting up in public.
Should be easy enough. So. Yeah, you are able to find a good number of people who, especially considering the fact that in New Orleans specifically does not care about public drinking. There is a fair bit of raucous still happening over on Bourbon Street, which, it's Bourbon Street. It's always fun. So you end up finding a group of individuals who are enjoying themselves. There's alcohol being passed around. There are various drugs being passed around. And all in all, just general good time, good atmosphere.
Mhm.
So my question is, exactly what is Mercy? Is she hunting to get an alcoholic, or is she hunting to get intoxicated, or is she just hunting to hunt?
She's hunting to hunt.
Okay.
She's hunting to hunt.
So go ahead and give me. You're trying to find somebody with a vampire kink.
I'm still not seeing my rolls. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Give me. For this hunt, give me charisma and performance. Difficulty 7. I will also accept. I will also accept expression.
Well, let me check my dots real quick.
Famous last words.
What was the first? The first one was
Charisma. Charisma, either charisma and performance or charisma and expression. Difficulty 7.
It's really 6 1/2 dozen. Okay. Difficulties.
Alrighty, 3 successes. So you eventually find I don't think I've actually asked anybody this preference. Well, are you looking male, female, non-binary? Does it matter to Mercy? Or
Does not matter. In fact, if she could find 2, that would be even better.
Please go out and kill a pair of unicorn hunters.
Okay, so, God damn you, Jeremy. So you are getting eyed from across the bar. Or across the square.
I like your vibe.
Very much what's about to happen. I say older gentleman, but only like late 40s. So a gentleman in his late 40s, a woman basically on his hip. That's early 30s, if you had to guess. He's tall, African American descent, wearing a black button up that is undone just below his chest and a pair of black slacks. She's wearing a striking purple dress. And they are definitely giving you the so we liked your vibe eyes from across the way.
Yes.
But eventually, once there's that initial eye contact, there's them double checking that it was that, and then a beckoning.
Okay.
So she talks first. And before the first word comes out of her mouth, there's that wave of when somebody has been drinking so much, you can just smell the alcohol on them.
Yeah.
And she has one arm wrapped around the gentleman, which is kind of a big, a feat unto itself, because she's like 5 foot nothing, and this gentleman's like 6'6".
Okay.
Hey, it's accurate to Holly and I.
Thank
Holly's
you for
5
taking
foot
me
one.
out of everything.
Sorry.
So as she leans forward, well, hi there. I can't help but notice, one, I absolutely love the dress. And two, I haven't seen you around these parts, honey. You new in town, or you just don't get out much to the party scene?
No, I've been around here for years. I just been tied up with work.
I see. And so exactly what do you do for work?
Does it really matter?
Yes.
I mean, are you killing people for hire?
No, I drive people around in a hearse and tell them about New Orleans.
I actually think that's pretty cool.
I was gonna say, if you actually went
Wait,
full
hold on.
American Psycho, I'm in murders and executions. I would mark out hard.
Wait, hold on. Which hearse? Are you the black and red one, or are you the purple one?
It's a black hearse.
Oh, okay. Then you got competition.
Oh, I'm sure I do, but I'm best.
I like you. I like her, she says, slapping the gentleman's chest, who just sort of gives a sigh. Actually, we were wondering if you would want to maybe come back to our hotel room with us.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
The party here is fantastic, but
The private party is even better.
exactly.
I'm game.
No, I give it about a 70-30 on these people who are actually looking for sex or they're just looking to murder someone as a couple.
It is New Orleans, so it could be both.
The question is, which would Mercy prefer?
The important question is, what order are those two actions in?
Uh-huh.
So there's a preferred order.
Which is neither, but so you do eventually go back to their hotel room, which not too far actually, within walking distance of the French Quarter.
Mhm.
And I will just let this fade to black.
Okay.
How are you? Are you feeding and leaving, or are you?
Were you gonna finish that sentence?
No, I'm gonna let you finish that sentence.
Are you staying the night?
Are you staying?
I go feed and then stay as long as I possibly can until I'd say, like, what time is it right now?
Actually, just about like 9 o'clock. Like when
You got all night.
when you get to their hotel room, it's about 9:30.
I'll stick around until about 4 a.m. and then let myself out.
They are unconscious by the time you leave.
As it should be.
So our camera shifts over to a small Mennonite woman in a house with a we'll go with mentally disturbed individual.
Yes.
New Orleans, you gotta be more specific.
Right. So as you come to, there's that snap of, oh, we're awake now. And would you have fallen asleep on the couch with Anya, or would you have went to your bed?
The better question is, would Anya have fallen asleep first?
She would have.
Just like on my shoulder?
Yeah, and very easy to move too.
Rahab's gonna try to be stability. It's probably not the most comfortable position to sleep in, but Rahab is going to be there so that this woman can fall asleep and wake up and things haven't changed dramatically.
So as you come to, the first thing you notice is that the familiar weight of Anya is not there.
So she's still at Humanity 10. She's still waking up before me.
Oh, that is correct. You are right. Never
In
mind.
fairness, she could have early riser.
I mean, she could. I that's why I'm asking.
Yes. Yes. So yes, she is awake before you. She
Okay.
She is indeed an early riser.
So the first thing you do is look around. And then as your senses
She's awake and the TV is not blasting.
Right. As your senses sort of kick on, you hear the shower going.
Okay. That is good. I think the TV's not on. Get any day where the TV is not blasting, count as a win. Well, I suppose she could be trying to drown things out in the shower too. Yeah. We had Mardi Gras was 2 nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 nights ago. All right. Well, while she's doing that, So it is the beginning of Thursday night. Yesterday was a little crazy, so I will probably put in the Wednesday night sermon from my church, and um, I'm going to repair all the clothing that I'm sure I have damaged in the past week.
100%. So as you open your phone to start that, or would that have been a laptop?
In my house, probably a laptop. I probably got a laptop right by my sewing area.
So you pull up your sermon and get to town on your repairs. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and
Crafting?
craft roll. This is routine for you, difficulty 6.
There's a chance that one day I'll learn how to use the roller in the character sheet. I don't know how high that chance is, though.
Today is not this day.
I'm a little distracted. That's one success.
Yep. So there's a few times you stab yourself. Or if you're using the sewing machine, run your fingers underneath the needle. Just something's wearing on the back of your mind. You're not sure what it is.
Really? You don't say.
Right. Whether it's impending doom or the
Struggling to cope with my the recent expansion of my understanding of how the world works.
there's that. There's the wayward tenant in your house.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. Life stopped being easy. Well, life was never easy. The filters I had over life making it easy no longer exist.
There we go. Oh, it's learning. So after like an hour into sewing and patching and several stab wounds, several times you were going to curse, but obviously you don't.
It's been a year. How hard does that habit to break? I suppose I've got pretty good self-control. I probably broke that habit. Okay.
So as your hour finishes, the water stops, and about 5 minutes later, after some drying off and some staring in the mirror, Anya shows up at your side. She sort of inclines her head as she comes around. What are you up to?
Oh, my clothes have seen more wear in the last week than they have in the past several months, so I'm just doing some repairs. Plus, sewing is always calming. Very easy to fix, I say, holding up a broken seam. Simple technique, repetitive motions, the sound of a sewing machine. The world seems a lot simpler. When I was alive, it was cars. Working on a car just was nice. You could know what was going to happen. The mechanics of a car are very straightforward. Don't have a whole lot of reason to fix cars anymore, though.
I mean, hobbies don't have to die once you do.
That's fair.
You could always get your own car and fix it up. There was a noise. Did I hit a sore spot?
No, I haven't driven a car since.
Before. Got it.
Well, It's not just since before. I never told Anya how I died, did I?
No. No.
Oh. I suppose it might be pertinent. Let's not oversimplify these things. I didn't exactly die alone.
Okay. Go on.
I did not make good life decisions. After graduating and being certified as a registered nurse practitioner, I went to a party with some friends. I drank at that party and determined that it would be perfectly fine for myself and several of my friends to drive to another location. I would have been the only. No one in that car would have survived if it wasn't for the person I hit being a rather annoyed vampire who felt that uh, dying quickly and unconscious in a car crash was too low a punishment for having inconvenienced him.
Hmm.
So he there's a term for it they use, and I can never remember what it is.
The embrace.
That's it. Woke me up and decided to spend the next week using the connection to poke and prod at every awful feeling and guilt that I had ever felt in my entire life before growing bored of me and wandering off and leaving me to my own devices.
I guess not everybody is as lucky to have somebody as
Well, I suppose you also could say that I'm very lucky he got bored.
he could have done a lot worse to you, I suppose.
There are people who have no way of expressing their negative feelings, and so to make themselves feel better, they would rather make those around them feel worse, and then they can feel better or superior by comparison, I suppose.
Hmm. That explains a few things, I suppose.
He did explain a little bit of vampire lore and the bare minimum. After hearing the stories of Cain, this realizing the supernatural existed, I suppose I went back to what brought me shelter as a small child, even if it was something I fled from most of my memory life. It's the only refuge I had, and I'm glad I came back to it, even if the path was difficult.
You're talking about faith.
Yes.
Yeah. I never really believed growing up. We weren't religious. We were very, I had a very cold and distant father. My mother wasn't in the picture a lot. They got divorced when I was young. She was a I'm not the first lunatic in the family.
I wouldn't say you're a lunatic.
I wouldn't say I'm normal.
There's a difference, though.
Manic depressive, schizophrenic, with Cotard syndrome. I never knew who was showing up to dinner, but I knew they would be bummed out. And she was locked up for a long time. I don't know if they ever got her medication right. Last I heard, she was doing a stint at the psych ward at the East Jefferson Hospital. Part of me wants to see her. To say I understand now.
You said Jefferson?
Yeah.
How far is Jefferson from here?
It's your normal like 15-20 minute ride. It's the East Jefferson Hospital is the one that Sybil was hiding out in.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I believe that's the West Jefferson. I lied. No, it is East. I remembered. I was correct. I don't know if I want to see her. I don't really care if I see my father. He cared more about books and science and results than he did about me. But I do have to thank him for my wonderful understanding of all of the flora and fauna in the entire state of New Orleans and beyond.
And your sister?
Hmm. My younger sister. The golden child. Could do nothing wrong. Straight A's, scholarships. She should be graduating high school this year, I believe. She was mom and dad's pride and joy. I stayed stuck in my books, and she was doing fencing lessons and getting vocal training and acting and everything.
How much younger was she?
2 years. 2 years is all it took for there to be a world of difference. And I want to reiterate that it wasn't like I was the golden child, my parents' pride and joy, and this gift from the heavens that they got. No. I was still Project One. I was the prototype. I was the waffle. Anything she wanted. Alana could do no wrong. But I guess there's no sense dwelling on the past, is there? I have nothing future ahead of me. Countless, endless possibilities.
You do have endless possibilities. But do think it is important at some point to be able to accept the past. You don't have to like it. In fact, many things that you understand, but that you'll understand were terrible, but they've brought you where you are. And you can't run from it.
I recognize that these struggles I went through in my mortal life have weight on who I am as a person, my character, so to speak. But to become a monster like we are, you can't entirely abandon humanity because then you don't understand your prey.
Or you don't have to become a monster. Just because everyone around you, even something deep inside of you wants to become one. If you want to be better,
Are you up for a little trip?
yes. Where are we going?
I think it's time we visit someone in East Jefferson.
All right. I'll see if I can get us in after visiting hours.
Good. She will unwrap her hair out of a towel and just sort of lay it on her shoulders. I'm gonna go get dressed. I want to wear something really nice when I kill my mother. She
Waiting for
will
that
walk
shoe
into
to
your
drop.
bedroom. She will walk to your bedroom and close the door.
Why
have to
you
work.
clarify with vampires before you commit to anything?
Rahab hasn't learned. She's growing.
It takes a long time to get to where you need to be. It takes a lot of growing.
Well, and this is her vulnerable side. This is her my hope for humanity side, my hope for vampire entity side.
Yes,
That
the
gets brought up.
delusional side.
The optimistic side. Thank you very much.
Listen,
Good way to put it.
Delusional.
if it was mankind, I'd be on board with you. Mostly.
Hey, look.
If it was vampires, I'm sorry.
Look, you're not completely alone in that. You're the person who most agrees with you is an assassin.
Okay, so as that happens, that is where we will take our break for the evening.
Ready.
We will come back to see the escapades of everybody in just a few moments.
We're back.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
Hi.
So,
I had to stop myself.
a dinosaur story?
Don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't do
Just
it.
we're back. Just we're back. Nothing else.
Okay. So, Guire,
Mm.
as you and Azra make your way to what I assume is the pier.
Yeah. Although we need to stop and get some snacks on the way.
Easy enough. Where exactly are you planning on stopping?
Probably the busier sections of the city that we pass through, where there's more people to get lost in a crowd.
Okay. So, just for some shiggles, go ahead and give me your hunting roll of Are you
Is it
doing
like Dex and Stealth or Dex and Brawl?
either one is acceptable, whether
I'm
you're
better at Brawl.
handling it or into the shadows doing it.
Difficulty of 6.
Yes.
4 successes.
I'm gonna roll for Azure real quick.
See, I was about to be a real smart ass, like, oh, so where are you stopping for snacks? The gas station.
Yeah.
Okay. So which ability did you pick?
Brawl.
So
It's
you and
quite
Azure,
easy to find a drunken fight that you can get a snack out of.
oh yes, 100%. And that's basically the gist of it, is you two sort of find a dive bar that has notoriety for it's one of those bars where there's literal bars on the windows
Mhm.
because they're tired of people getting thrown through them.
Yeah.
And the nice glass door on the front also has bars over front of it. But easy enough. You guys wait around for probably about 10 minutes before a bar fight breaks out. Simple enough.
Might have been incited by one of us.
Oh, 100%. And how many points of blood are you taking?
I am down. I am down 1, 2, 3, 4. I am down 9. If I can get 3 people from a safe amount. Or sentence structure. If I can get a safe amount of blood from 3 people.
So you're able to get 2 out of the fight, and you are struggling to latch on to your third one before a person is just shoved into your arms by Azra. At which point you take your final 3 points of blood, and the two of you abscond into the night.
Yeah.
So as you make your way to the Lake Pontchartrain Pier, Lakefront Trail. So as you pull up into that familiar sandy lot and start walking, there are a few people out here tonight. The ones immediately near the start of the walkway where you would be joining are obvious humans, a couple of look to be teenagers, just sort of drinking and smoking.
Yeah, and Guire, after getting off and finding a spot, she's just gonna start walking and then just vanish and stalk and see if she can find any vampires, specifically any familiar vampires who haven't elected to get out of the city when they were warned to.
So you guys go up and down the pier once. And on a second trip through, there are a few vampires that you recognize from the other night. Irene not being featured amongst them,
Irene was smart and got out.
Irene was smart. They are currently just talking. It's two on either side of the walkway. One of each of them, each of the pairs is sitting on the actual rail. One of the four is smoking, but they are talking about how it's probably best if they skip town soon. As you come up, you hear, "Yeah, man, I think it's probably best if we get the fuck out of Dodge soon. I mean, there's that huge fire, and then there's, you know, Glory's going nuts, and then we got, Irene dodged down on us, bitch. Whatever. I don't think it's safe here anymore. It's probably time for us to pack up and move." Then the one who's smoking takes a drag, blows it out. As far as I can figure, I don't believe it would be too. I would not be remiss to say that with the rest of the idiots out of the way and that huge fire, I do believe that means there's more kind for the taking. So I don't know about y'all, but I think I'm going to sit nice and pretty on this egg.
I think coordinating with Azra, Guire, if they didn't learn the first time, perhaps they'll learn the second. Will once again, the one this time who decided that he wants to stay, I think, is the good target for the interrogation. She will, again, almost in a mirror match of the last time that she was here, just sort of hook the headlock, bring the hand out, and allow the flame to emerge.
There's that immediate thud as the entire body goes against you. Fangs bared for just the briefest of seconds. "I don't know who you are," and then he just sort of looks down at the red cloak.
At the red coat.
"Oh, son of a bitch."
Yep, there's my fire.
He,
I could have sworn the last time I was down here, I told you lot to get the fuck out of town.
not to mince your words so carefully there, boss, but I do believe you did tell Irene it was best if she got out of town.
And I'm pretty certain my exact sentence structure was that if I saw any of you down here again, I would fucking kill you.
Oh, you seem to have jogged a memory. I do believe those were the words you used.
As it turns out, you're in luck. Because my pressing need for information is more relevant than my need to murder some upstart Sabat who haven't gotten it through their thick skulls yet.
It's information you want. It's information I can provide. That is easy enough. What all do you need? I can get you names. I can get you numbers.
Where's Glory?
Now see, I was expecting something a little easier than where's your archbishop, but
I ask the hard questions. What can I say?
you sure do, especially considering that if I answer that, if you don't kill me, she will.
And if you don't answer that, it won't be a quick death, she says as the fire gets closer.
He rears back, his fangs on full display as he hisses. Oh, you fucking devil, you.
That's what they call me.
He will just look at the other three.
Any of you want a piece of this? She says, holding the fire out.
Two of them just sort of step back and hold up their hands. The third remaining one just simply tucks his phone in his pocket and walks the fuck away.
Smart kids.
So here's the deal. I can't tell you exactly where it is because I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can tell you is that she's she's crafty at hiding. I will give her that, but she is uh not so crafty at what's the phrase? Being inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm. Good at finding a hiding spot, not so good at staying there.
Oh, a little bit more than that. Hubristic is probably the best word.
Sounds accurate.
Are you familiar with the park?
The one where Elysium's at?
Mhm.
Most nights?
That would be the one.
How close did she decide to set up her hideout to Elysium?
Well, there's a small equestrian farm in the northern part of that park. Last I heard, she was up that way. Now, if she's still there after everything that went down yesterday in that uproarious display of pyrotechnics that I heard so much about,
Yeah, too bad your pet monster's dead now, ain't it?
that's one thing we could say, I suppose. That's one thing we might be able to agree on. Personally, I didn't believe that it should have been walking around in the first place, but
Well, you're welcome for that. I put him in the ground for you.
much appreciated. Now, I do believe I held on my end of the bargain, so I do believe that means you need to let go.
Oh, I wouldn't be so presumptuous as to say what I need to do, she says as the fire gets a little closer. And then it goes away as she lets it snuff out and then just spins him out away from her. But I do thank you for your information. Now, I recommend you take the advice I gave last time and get the fuck out of this city unless you want to go down with the sinking ship.
They do say the rats flee first, so I will be on my way if you don't mind.
Get the fuck out of here. And if I see you next time, I don't think there's any information that can save you.
Got it. Understood. He'll smile. You both enjoy your night, he'll say as he walks away.
Looks over her shoulder at Azra.
Who
Did you let him see you, or?
No, I did not.
Keen eyes.
That or I'm slipping up in my old age. But my complexion is great. It doesn't look a day over 30.
Please, 25. All right, well, let's see if there's any more clues around this equestrian place. I doubt she's still there. If she is, she's a fucking idiot, but there might be a clue where she went next.
Equestrian, I know that word.
Horses.
Right. Horses. Shall we?
Let's make our way.
The two of you hop onto your blood red motorcycle and whisk off into the night towards the park. Mercy, you're still having fun. Cat,
Yep.
it's around midnight after you finish getting the concrete poured.
Okay. I get it mixed up. Obviously, I put body in, make sure everything's secure, put the proper essentially mold type thing in place so you can see out. Or they're gonna take too long to settle, and I don't and using fire is not a good idea. So I should check on everybody because they're probably doing something stupid. Just over the text thread. Stop.
So around midnight, all three of you will get that.
Wire's phone's only on vibrate, as it usually is. But
Sorry, my headphones went janky. What was the message?
Stop.
Sup.
S''UP.
The correct way.
Yes.
See, at first I thought you said stop. I'm like, no.
Like Cat would tell Mercy to stop doing anything. No, do more of it.
Like Mercy would listen. And
You said this is midnight?
Yes. So let's see, sundown was around 8 o'clock. I mean, that text message is probably still like 2 hours out from where
Yeah.
Rahab is right now. Mercy, you're free to respond to that text message if you want.
There's a slight pause in the festivities to where I just check the time. I see that, and I say, do you really want to know? Eggplant emoji, winky face, and put it down.
Have fun.
Love it.
Wire, as she often does, leaves it on red.
That legitimately actually tracks. I mean, I was gonna say Cat will finally go get a car, but by the same token, Cat lives right next to downtown. Cat doesn't need a car in New Orleans. Also, Cat has friends. So
You have more than one friend with a car?
I didn't say more than one friend with a car. I said friends.
Oh.
One of whom has a car.
Context important. Okay.
I feel like she's paralyzed for about a half hour with I have nothing to do and I don't know what to do with that.
Ah, I love that feeling.
Ah, good old Sticks. Too much time on my hands starts playing in the background.
Like, yeah, you know,
Oh, damn you, Shawnee.
like not having anything to do is the worst thing for that's the stressful point. Because there's clearly something to do. It's just been something that you've forgotten.
Got too much time on my
But
hands.
huh.
Mm.
You know what? He will just head down to Elysium. Why not?
I was gonna say cat videos on YouTube, but okay, like
Why would she search herself on YouTube? She knows she's not there. She's done all the takedowns.
Did you really just make that bad pun?
congratulations,
No.
Jeremy.
No, absolutely not.
No,
Katie
Jeremy.
made the pun even unintentionally.
No. But you acknowledged it. You accepted it,
okay.
and that's not okay.
You accept
I
the
expect
pun.
more out of you.
Look,
You
the more
accepted it, Jeremy. That's so
the
kind
downside,
of you.
it was either ignore it or ignore it or make the joke of Catriona actually doing takedown video, sending legal notices for takedowns anytime she's featured in footage anywhere on YouTube.
No. This is growth, and I am proud of you.
I am
Sometimes you take a hit in order to make the bigger joke.
It's so
But yeah,
Okay, making your way down to Elysium then.
making
and
your
that
way
was
down.
the last time.
Making my way.
Yeah, the last time Kat was ever seen was walking by an alleyway, and nobody knows what happened to her after that.
As you enter Elysium, it's a much calmer atmosphere. It seems, well, calm is probably the wrong word. Normal
Uh-huh.
for what Elysium should be is probably a better way to describe it. The thing you notice immediately is Alexander at the front, greeting people.
Okay.
He got his position back.
Sorry, I don't have a cart park, but hello.
Hello, and what brings you in tonight?
Can't I just stop by?
Of course you can.
How are things going tonight?
All appears to be quiet on the Western Front. You just pray that it's not calm before the storm.
When is our big event again? Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, it's
The calm.
the calm before the storm, because the storm is actually happening somewhere else, and we're just not aware of it yet.
That would be one way to put it. I'm worried what Glory will do. It's very hard to say. She fled like a dog with her tail between her legs, but who knows exactly how that will pan out for us.
Are your VIPs bringing in? I don't know how all of this works with them. We need to talk to our VIP. We just we just go to Venice and are never seen again. So do they have their own security that they're bringing in? Is Destiny handling it?
Both.
Both.
With the incident that happened in Venice last time, they are sparing no expense at security. Whether that will pan out or be fruitless is yet to be determined.
I'm curious. You might know. Or have the VIPs been informed of what's been going on here? Or is it being kept a desperate secret?
Simone did not inform me of that, but if I were in her shoes, I would be keeping this to my chest.
Yeah, as would I. Well, see, this is why we don't get involved in this kind of nonsense. Much more fun to be on the outside looking in.
Wishes I would have been turned into an independent clan like you, but the other part of me enjoys, well, quite frankly, just being a fucking sorcerer. But
I'm sorry, were you implying that I was not a sorcerer?
apologies.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Good.
I wouldn't call myself a sorcerer anyways.
Necromancer, that's the term.
Yes. The skilled ones. But I wouldn't sully my name with that term. No, I don't say that.
You're throwing shade.
All right. Well, I'm sure everything is firmly under control. And there will not be a disaster in any way, shape, or form tomorrow. And I smile and I walk in.
Damn Giovanni. So as you enter, you are greeted with a tray of goblets.
Yes, I am down 6 blood points, and I can't just go out and find someone to fuck to get my blood. Not unless they're a masochist.
There's clubs for that.
I feel like masochism even has its limits when it comes to what the Giovanni inflicts.
Oh, absolutely, because it's really hard to explain how that much pain is coming through in that particular. Yeah.
Like even like unless someone literally is like hardwired, like not just a developed masochism, but a neurological masochism is required for that kind of thing.
Look, there is a reason the clan breeds its own ghoul families.
Wait, what's up?
Giovanni's kiss is not pleasurable. It inflicts unimaginable torment.
Yes, it is extremely painful. And thus, the Giovanni is one of the few non-Sabbat clans to have bred their own ghoul families. Also, it's just useless to have immortal sycophants. Yeah, I will head in. And I am trying to pick out anything that seems off. I know things seem normalish, but come on. This is the night before the Justicars arrive in town. At least some people know this, and also there is possibly the continued Sabbat incursion. So Something's got to be wrong here, at least in her mind.
Completely fair. Completely fair, actually. So, as you get your first few goblets of blood down,
Mm-hmm.
The individuals who are in here, it's fairly lax. And the one thing you are noticing is Destiny is currently talking to Guillaume.
Okay. Remind me, Guillaume being
The seneschal.
Oh, yes.
And
Hold on a sec.
things are going pretty calmly. Nobody's making a fuss. It's probably the most relaxed night at Elysium you've had since this whole thing started.
Means something's up. I go walk over to Destiny. Wait, I will wait until they part ways.
Okay.
And then I will walk over.
It'll be probably a good half hour, but eventually Guillaume does nod and walk away. At which point you see Destiny just, without looking, grab a goblet of blood and down it real quick.
Legit. Walk over. You look. Hi.
Not yet, I'm hoping so.
I mean, that's fair.
How can I
How are
help
things-
you, Triona?
Oh, I was just wondering how things are going with you.
All right, I suppose. I mean, with everything that happened last night, and we got all the, I think we counted final tally of 103 killed, including Big Boy.
Good sign.
That's a big 103rd.
So then when things ultimately do go wrong, where do you expect they're going to come from? It's going to come from?
Unfortunately, this is one of those devil you know versus devil you don't situations.
Mm-hmm.
If we had left them all alive, we would have at least known exactly where they would be coming from. Now we're sort of stuck defending blind, and as far as I have heard, he will look around and mouth. He will say, glory has, and then mouth the words, Simone's notes.
Amazing.
You already knew that, didn't you?
I mean, I was, to be clear, you said notes.
Yes.
Notes. Yeah, the notebook that we knew already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just assume I did.
Fair enough. So exactly when they'll be able to strike, I'm not sure. I think our venture representative might have a little tougher of a time coming in because his flight is supposed to land tomorrow night, like an hour before we're supposed to be meeting. Which, I mean, I get it. He's a venture. He wants to make a not as big an entrance as if he was a toreador, but still wants to be seen.
And is Alexander correct in that the inner circle is not aware of what's been going on in the city?
I kept it as close to my chest as I could, and I advised Simone to do the same as well. Now, whether she listened to me or not, that is a completely different story. As far as I am aware, she has not made the Justicars aware of anything.
It's a smart move. Risky move, but smart move. So they're what, 6?
I believe so.
That's 6 opportunities for someone to strike. Is there anything you need for help?
He will eye you up and down. Cat, I have seen a number of the things you are able to do. You still have that serial killer on a leash?
Ah, my favorite assistant, yes. Walter is. What do you need?
Well, how much is he actually able to affect our side?
It depends. It depends on a number of factors, to be fair. Um, how thin the barrier between this world and the next is in any particular area, which does vary a little bit from place to place. Depends on how much effort he can put in a particular moment. But he can affect some things. If you're asking if he can, I don't know, take down one of us on his own, no. Not unless it's something to the effect of pushing a candle over into a hay bale.
So he could,
Or breaking a window. Not that I've ever had him break a window to get rid of a rival.
Oddly specific denial.
I like to keep people guessing.
okay, I'm not going to press on that one. But, could he say, I don't know, stop somebody from drawing a gun?
It depends on the someone, and it depends on, can exert a certain amount of pressure, not, you know us, we tend to have quite a bit of strength.
He can try.
He can potentially try to steal a gun if it's still holstered.
That could work. I don't know. I really just need a.
How in the know are your VIPs keeping you on their security details?
Not very, if I'm being completely honest.
Would you like to know?
Actually, I think it would make things a lot easier.
Tell me some people for him to follow and he can get us that information.
I can get you a list of the names before the end of the night.
There we go.
Absolutely fantastic. I knew I could count on you.
Happy to help.
There's anyone I can count on, it's you. Well, I would say your whole coterie, if I'm really being honest.
We do try.
And you,
We are very trying with each other sometimes, but we do try.
I mean, you put 5 people together with vastly different opinions, you're gonna have a little bit of head clashing. It's completely fair. I would like to talk to all of you for tomorrow, but seeing as you are the only one here, that might be a little difficult.
Yes, I did try to send a text to Mom and see what was up, but I only got one response. And she seems involved elsewhere for now. That said, if you need if you need us to gather, I'm sure if I can be more specific, we could show up.
I mean, let everybody have their night for a little bit. I'd say a few hours before sunrise. That way we can just go over the plan once or twice and then let you all be free to your own devices.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Just let me know when you want us to show up and get me those names when you can.
I will, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his leave.
And at this point, I will actually leave, and I'm headed back home for now.
Okay.
I'll just wait until I get the names.
And Austin has disappeared.
Actually, no.
Oh,
Thanks,
no.
Heather.
When I get home,
Mhm.
I will turn on Witness of Death again, and I want to have a conversation with Walter.
Okay.
Here we go. Walter, dear.
Music to my ears. How you doing in that, boss? How can I help you?
I'm good. I need you to find someone for me.
Oh, yeah, sure, I can do that. What do you
I
need?
don't need. All you need to do. Actually, no. I might need you to. I need you. Do you remember that? Yeah, I don't know if you were around at that particular point, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. The woman who tore my arm off.
Oh, yeah, I remember watching that. That was fun. I
I
mean,
need
that was such a tragic moment for you.
better.
How can I assist, boss? How can
I need you to find her and signal a way for her to contact me. Write my phone number in the sand or on a window. Something. Get her to contact me.
Okay, I think I can do that, boss. Is there anything else?
That would be it for now.
Okay.
I will probably be having you spy on some other people at our sheriff's request. But for now, just find me Glory.
Do you want? How do you want me to find you, Glory? Do you want to?
Glory is the name.
Oh, okay. See, boss. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. He will. And then just
Thank Augustus that you are murderous because you don't have many other good traits.
I would be offended, but you're right. And he will just wisp off into nothingness.
Cool.
Rahab. Mercy, you're busy.
Yes, I am.
I
So
love the check back every scene change. Mercy, you're still doing stuff. Or more accurately, people.
A couple of stuffs, as it were,
couple of stuffs.
being stuff. Yeah. Carry
So-
on.
Anya comes out wearing a dress you have not seen before. It's shin length, black and white. Sort of, it almost looks like somebody turned a Rorschach test into a dress print.
I think I've seen that dress.
And her hair is done up in a messy bun. All right, are we ready to go kill someone?
Rahab is not. Rahab's thought about it the entire time she got dressed, which I imagine was not nearly as long as I've had in real life to think about this, and is absolutely still just as completely dumbfounded as to what to do. And just so, there's so many emotions right now. Curse you and making me feel things in fantasy games.
Yeah.
Um, I suppose there's a lot of things I could say. I could throw out all of the killing her won't actually solve any of your problems. What do you hope to gain? Do you really think that this is a split second decision you should be making right now? What do you really think in the future? But I suppose at the end of the day, why?
Oh, see, that's quite simple. She brought me into this world. And instead of loving me and raising me like the other gift she was given, I was cast aside. I was left alone. Do you know how hard it is to be a 3-year-old when no one will talk to you, including your parents?
No.
It's because most children that age have friends or are in daycare or, are socialized. They're not at home making sure mommy takes the right meds so she doesn't put an axe through daddy again. And I am realizing how crazy I sound. Rahab, I can't keep doing this. She sits on the arm of your couch. I lied to you when we first met. The visions aren't the only problem. I don't really have control over my emotions. And not in the usual way like we do, our kind do. It's taking all the control I have in my body not to scream and cry and laugh all at once. I guess recognizing it makes me a little less, I hope, a little less insane. I can't believe I was about to go kill my mother.
Well, I suppose perhaps talking with her would help, though. The things that you just described and the things that you described her dealing with her entire life. Now, surely she doesn't seem to have handled them well, so I wouldn't look to it as a role model. But perhaps she would at least understand. Even if she can't offer any guidance or help, she could at least understand, and maybe you could understand her. And maybe that could be a healthier form of closure. If you're not ready for it right now, I completely understand.
How about one gigantic revelation at a time?
That seems fair.
I should have been honest with you from the beginning.
It's fine. You were being raised by someone who kept things from you as a matter of habit, gave you only information that he thought you needed to do what he needed to do. It's hard to process the truth when that's not what's around you. And it sounds like that was what you dealt with in life before that.
You aren't wrong.
Are there any things that make it easier to control the emotions?
She will sort of give a apologetic smile and then reach over, grab the remote control, and turn on the TV.
Rahab will nod.
The noise, the silence that I get from what and she's raised her voice to accommodate. What I understand is absolutely thunderous noise for you, and the rest of the world quiets everything inside.
Rahab will pause for a moment, walk over to her laptop, and look up. They make special sensory sensory headphones that are like complete noise canceling and everything. Look up a pair on Amazon for next day delivery, and just bring the laptop over to Anya and just put the mouse over by now and just put the laptop next to her on the couch so she can make the decision.
She'll sit up, scroll through, read a few things. Do you think these could really help?
They can't hurt. I don't know if it's the right solution long term, but if it brings you a moment of peace, it can't be a bad thing.
She will grab the mouse and click buy now.
I wish I knew more to help you. But we're still learning, right? Still learning how to deal with this, and I will be there to learn with you.
I wish I could do more to help.
I mean, trying to understand yourself is not something that you can just do or expect to have done. I spent my entire life trying to understand myself, and it's what ended my life. So we've got plenty of time.
Eternity. Eternity.
If eternity is what it takes to help you, then
She will smile at you.
I'll look back. Do you need to be left alone, or would you rather I stay here with you?
You're more than welcome to keep me company.
And I will sit down and I'll do that. I'm going to sit here and listen and be there, and I will tolerate the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't get quieter.
I'm guessing not.
There is a point where she shuts it off. And stands up for a bit. I think I might go for a walk. You're welcome to come, or if you'd like a moment of peace and the quiet, you're more than welcome.
I've spent a good year isolating myself from everything around me, thinking that peace and quiet would make my problems go away. I'm down for a little chaos.
Okay, then.
I'll accompany on her walk.
Okay.
Is it a quiet walk?
Actually, it is.
Okay.
Just this nice, calm, quiet walk between the two of you. There is a moment where she grabs a bum in an alley.
I will grab aggressively, or
Like, obviously to feed.
I'll grab her shoulder gently.
She will nod and let him go. Sad.
I'll make sure to. I brought home blood 2 nights ago, right?
Yes.
Because I did the impromptu run. I'll make sure to restock the fridge.
You're a weird kindred, Rahab.
Yes, well, I've met plenty of normal ones, and I think I prefer being this way.
You're I will go with definitely unique.
Take that as a compliment. And all I can say is, I think I like your company so much because you are likewise not a normal kindred.
That's fair. That's a good assessment. I would say that's probably for the best. It's about this time you get that sup text. And as you're looking down at that, you hear a slap as Anya puts her hand on a wall to steady.
I'll reach out an arm if she wants to grab it.
Her eyes are just wide.
I will reach under her shoulder and help her. Yes.
Mm-hmm. 5 candles have been lit.
I'm going to respond to the group text. What do you know about this whatever not stuff?
What?
Arcadian.
Oh,
Like MALK ... stuff.
A little bit. Why you ask?
At this time, I'm still paying attention to her. Do you know what that means?
Your 5 candles have been lit. The
My 5 candles, or the coterie, or
the flame of 1 red candle might extinguish the flame of 6 white.
do you know what that means?
Darkness falls upon tomorrow's night.
Okay. I am copying this text literally into a text message with one hand as I am staring directly into what was Anya 5 seconds ago.
Ring, ring, for whatever your ringtone is. Ahab, how are you?
Has she stopped?
Yes.
How does she look right now as my phone is ringing?
Her eyes sort of go back to being normal's not the right word, but
Anya.
yeah, very much Anya's eyes, and she sort of
Right. I'm taking that's the visions.
Yeah.
I can call him back in a second, I say, hitting the hang up button.
Ring, ring, or the Macarena, or whatever your ringtone is.
Which one is that? She says, grabbing her head and leaning against the wall.
I haven't checked yet.
They're gonna keep calling until you answer.
You're Malkavian, yes?
Yes.
I think one of them's a Malkavian.
Simon.
Yes, maybe he can help. Maybe that's him calling. Probably not. He'd probably send a thumbs up emoji. I suppose I should answer this. It's ringed 3 times now.
Probably went to go voicemail and then immediately ring, ring.
Yeah. Answer the phone.
Are you alive?
Yes.
Good. Remind.
I could use some help from somebody who knows a lot about Malkavians and what did Simon call it? Madness? network?
I don't know a lot about that, but all right, I'm going to. You know what? Never mind. Julia, really quick, didn't we have? I know that the candle stuff was covered in a vignette. Did we get any information about that? I feel like we did.
Yes.
Yes,
John
we got the five candles shtick from Jonathan before he was brought
Yeah.
in to be
Okay.
executed.
Right. Good. Who's talking about 5 candles?
Anya.
It's his child. That makes sense. Well, that just means none of this is over yet. Listen, Malkavians, there is a reason why they're almost officially known as lunatics. But anybody who ignores the inside of a Malkavian deserves what's coming to them. We got her Kellerman, let's just put it that way, had a vision that was similar and strongly weighed into what we had intuited, had laid into. It was prophecy. Okay, Beans, have that. What this means is that things are not at all over right now. What else was there besides the candles and the red and
Darkness falls on tomorrow night.
5 candles have been lit. The red flame will extinguish the 6 white. Darkness
threatens to,
falls
at least.
tomorrow night.
6 white or 5?
6.
Or in the Archons.
That's the Archons or the
Justicars.
I don't say that.
Yeah.
The vision's talking about our VIPs.
Those are definitely words.
There are certain things that I'm not going to say over on air.
That's fair.
You know,
I'm
the
gonna-
people that were very important that were coming into town that
Yes.
Gloria are VIP.
How about I I make sure that Anya's safe, and then we can get together and talk this over
Sure.
in person as a group,
That
because this sounds important.
good. Yes.
But I need to make sure Anya's okay. If you could round up our other friends from whatever they've gotten into.
Whoever. You can go get Mercy. I will see if I can get Guire to respond to a fucking text message.
Have we got what's her name? Azra's number?
Does she have a phone? I don't know that she has a phone.
It's 2023. She has a phone.
No. Oh, my sweet summer child.
She's like a 500-year-old Turkish woman. She doesn't necessarily have a phone.
Let me tell you No, this makes sense. You don't know how to play you don't know how to play the game of our wars. The reason that the young are think they have any chance of surviving is because the old don't do technology as a rule.
Okay. Look, this is all great. I need to make sure Anya's okay.
Yes, see if you can get anything else out of her.
Do we have any Malkavians we can trust implicitly? Besides Simon.
I don't trust Simon implicitly. And I'm going to say this in the most polite way as possible, because I do not mean to diminish them as a clan. But how much do you trust someone who can completely crack in a way that you will not expect at any moment? And this isn't a matter of necessarily just trauma that they have endured. This is a curse of their blood that they cannot they cannot fix. I don't trust any Malkavian. To be fair, I don't trust any of any other clan, except for maybe you. But I trust Malkavians even less. In terms of reliability, at least. Simon, maybe. Simon would be the safest, because we don't want this getting out to anybody else.
Hold on. I'm gonna lower the phone for a moment. Anya,
Yes.
do you know what you said?
5 candles have been lit.
Okay, so you were aware of what was going on.
Kind of. It's weird. It's like I'm there, but not.
On the one hand, I'm very glad you said that because that is very useful information for us. I want to make sure that you are absolutely okay. How would you feel all right being back at the house while I figure out what's going on with this? Or would you want to come along so that you can perhaps talk to the other Malkavian in our group and see if maybe the two of you can work out coping mechanisms? There's a lot going on tonight, and it's going to be a lot going on if you come with me. I just wanted you to have the option because I don't know if Simon knows something that could help. I don't know if it might be too much.
I want to try.
All right. All right. Figure out where we need to meet. And I think it'll be just a little bit of time. The two of us will see. I think Anya and I will go somewhere where we can have a little calm before we get into the details.
All right.
Okay. Hang up and all right. I don't know how long we have, but
Where are we meeting?
not sure yet. Kat usually arranges that sort of stuff. Whether or not I ask her to, so I just let her.
The 5 of you have a very strange relationship.
Yes. Yes, we do.
You're a very weird family.
Hey. I've had worse family.
So have I.
Yes. So if
Well,
I'm
my
going to be able to choose my family, I say extending my hand. I'm happy to be able to include you.
she will shake your hand. Well, White
Let-
Candle 5, would you like to start heading towards the rest of your coterie?
Sure. To clarify, I was not holding my hand out in a way to shake. I was holding out in a way to like take and walk off together kind of thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like a, yes, we are going to walk the same path sort of.
She will take it happily.
All right.
As the two of you walk off into the night of New Orleans, that is where we are going to end for the week.
Nope.
Yeah, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I
Yes.